Hi, my name is Mike Sorrentino. If you're watching this, it's most likely the case that we're working together on a remote video production. I wanted to share with you some tips on lighting, camera placement, and sound. The first thing to be mindful of is the room that you're in. What is the internet connectivity like? If you're working with us using your smartphone, which is most of the times the case, you want to be mindful of a room that has good cellular service, but also good Wi-Fi. Okay, so you've selected your room. Let's think of a room that also has some depth behind it. Maybe not too much of an echo, but also some color, something to look at. You know, we don't want a boring white backdrop if we can avoid it. My room here, this is my pretty cluttered small office. So what I've done is I put some artwork here on the wall to try to compensate for that. And then as you could see, when I switch over to my webcam, I have a little bit better of a shot. Okay, some color, not the best, but we work with what we have. So now we've got a little bit of something. Maybe I could throw a little plant in or something like that. We can always get creative on our remote site survey or our recording session if you have any questions. Let's talk about framing. You want to set up your camera so that your head isn't cropped in the image. And also sitting down, we find that energy levels can decrease. We're looking down, which is a little uncomfortable, and I'm leaning in. The problem with that is that's not how a real conversation works. In a real conversation, people are sitting back, they're a little bit more relaxed. We give each other some space. Let's do that. Your microphone is strong enough to pick you up. I'm using an external microphone. If you have one, great. If not, don't worry about it. Your computer or smartphone microphone is really good. So I'm gonna sit back a little bit. That helps. Our framing is pretty nice. I've got a little bit of room between the top of my head and the top of the camera frame. But I have a standing desk in my case. For your case, if you don't have it, I recommend maybe some books, some boxes. Let's make sure that we're standing if possible. At the very least, if you're gonna sit or you can't stand, then you wanna have the ability to raise your camera so that it's at eye level. And when I say eye level, I mean that the camera on your laptop or smartphone is at the level of your eyes so that you're looking almost at the same level as the person watching, and it's not as uncomfortable. You're not leaning in. And so now I'm able to stand a little further back. I can have a real conversation with you. I'm a little bit more animated. I might adjust the camera a little bit to give myself a little less headroom there. And that's a pretty decent shot. So now let's talk about lighting. Not so bad here. I've got some bright light coming in from the windows here. My webcam is trying to compensate for the strong light and the dark spots, and instead it creates this sort of uneven, sort of washed out face. So I've got a really inexpensive ring light here that sort of fills in those gaps. I also have really harsh track lighting in here that's not the best. So this is a little bit of a better shot. Now I can look directly into the camera. I can look at you at eye level, and I'm pretty evenly lit here. So finally, for sound, not everybody needs, as I said, a fancy microphone. The devices that you're using probably have a fantastic microphone and camera already. I'm recording this using Zoom because I wanted to give you the idea of what it's really going to look like on a remote shot. But let's think about the things we have control over, like air conditioners, like notification sounds. You want to try to turn those off. Anything on your watch or anything like that. You want to make sure that you shut off any noises so that you don't have to go back and redo something if you don't need to. Now, if there's construction or something in the other room, that's a different story. We'll work around it. Here are a few examples that we thought worked well. Take a look. You'll notice relatively even lighting. You'll notice some nice backdrops. You'll notice decent framing. Not everything is perfect, and don't expect to be perfect. We just want you to look your best so that, again, you can focus on your message. Hopefully this was helpful. We just wanted to make sure that you could focus on what's important, which is getting the message across. We'll take care of the production. Talk to you soon.